But yeah, the zombies like that. Why are we... That's fine, whatever. I was like, I felt like we should have slept longer. Okay, eat our fish, get all that squared away. Alright, we'll go right back to where we had been clearing out and keep going, because it should only be like a couple minutes till we get back to daylight, so thankfully we don't have to worry about this darkness for too long. Yeah, no, and dying to a bathroom horde like that would have been just sad, because I 100% showed people how to avoid that, and we just didn't do it. Like, that's the danger, especially when you get into long runs, you start getting stronger, you start being like, oh, hey, zombie. You start feeling like, oh, yeah. Like, I'm not worried. It's fine. We can get ourselves out of a pinch. That's not the right attitude you have for this game. You have to stay sharp. The moment you get complacent, you die. And, like, that, surviving that bathroom was not planning. That was reflex and luck. Which is not a sound strategy for survival. Yeah, so usually the way I clear out these towns is first we just roll around any zombies we see outside, we kill them all. Eventually, we either get something with sirens, or we'll just drive around and start blasting our horn. And that'll usually drag any zombies that haven't already been drawn out of their homes to come out and play. Alright, so next we'll go up this next cul-de-sac with the expensive houses. Kill them. But I kind of figured we'd be able to do our first pass so far as clearing out the zombies not in the houses, all that, and knock that out within a week from where we are at now. Because right now we're just going down into each individual street, killing the zombies outside. Like I said, we'll look for some like a police car or a fire truck or an ambulance. Anything with sirens, I'm not picky. And just blast it. Move to the neighborhood. Meet interesting people. Kill them. Oh yeah, we're at Nimble 4. Real close to Nimble 5. That's half of what's letting me get away with stuff. Like that bathroom horde, Nimble probably was a big factor what saved our skin there. Because they able to get the one swing and immediately turn and burn. I mean, it's when you're fighting this many zombies, you spend a lot of time in combat stance. You spend a whole lot of time in combat stance. It was super rough. So earlier this stream, we were playing multiplayer with a couple of my friends. Nerd, Moonwitch, and Jet. Well, I'm sorry, actually Jet didn't make it today. But Nerd and Moonwitch. And just on that one, it's still a character where I've only got like 2 fitness, 1 strength or something like that. And it's just playing that character, like, oh no, this is how characters move normally with their 1 nimble. It's like, oh god, when this character dies, how terrible is this going to be? It's been so long since I've had to start fresh. Ooh, that's not a bad vehicle. Oh, we got flamingos. Or at least a flamingo. Yes, like I said, I'm not worried about looting these houses. As you can see, most of these houses, the doors are already smashed out and everything. That's because we did go up and down the main drag for a while. So we drew most of the zombies out of here between like helicopters and fighting and all the other stuff going on, horns, whatever. But a lot of these houses that are farther south, they're out of range that didn't have that stuff. Our flamboyance is going to get much bigger the next time we are home. I think there's 5 flamingos we found so far this trip. Alright, we're getting ready to go to the school block. Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's not been many people. I've had 1 or 2 people like, but this version when you're running it, it has mods. I'm like, alright, no problem. Run without the mods. Show me up, do better. I'm down. The only mods I've taken are UI and informational kind of stuff. No items, no tweaking stats. I don't know why I keep getting in here like, oh, we can start it. We passed the first winter, everything's battery's going to be dead. Everything's battery's going to be dead. 400 horsepower? Alright. Let's talk. That's not bad. I don't think I'm going to mark it. It's not that good. But yeah. Oh yeah, the quality of, like, that's the thing. They're mostly quality of life mods. But yeah, the ones I definitely recommend is there's Has Been Read, which will put art icons on books you haven't read yet, or books that you've partially read. Weapon Condition Indicator, because, you know, seeing when your weapons start breaking is just really helpful. You have minimal display bars in the top left, which just lets me see when I'm getting kind of low on stamina, that kind of stuff. One mod that does affect gameplay is Pillow's random spawn mod, which just means I don't get to choose where I spawn. Yeah, Alawful Falafel and Mondo were kind enough to drop some raids on us. We also had a raid a little bit earlier as well. Pineapple's Pizzas was the one we had earlier. I want to make sure I got their name right. RG Bard says, the benefit of not streaming my game is not being judged for using mods and spears. I mean, that's the thing. Like, people judge like that, and I don't care. Even since I was like a teenager, I've just been used to whatever I did for a living, there would be someone judgy I'd have to deal with, and that I would have to usually shut them down. No, it was Pineapple's Pizzas. So it's like, okay, well clearly these are the pizzas that belong to the pineapples, right? Yep, as Integer Smirk, that is the saying of the channel, one of them, is that no matter how you're playing the game, if you're having fun, congratulations, you're playing correctly. And like the only exception to that is if you're playing multiplayer and ruining it for everyone else, at which point that's kind of a jerk move. And maybe don't. But excluding that type of gaming, you're playing correctly. This fish is not getting us that much mileage at the moment. Like, it's doing great for our weight. It's gonna be perfect because pretty soon we're gonna get a first lot of veggies coming up. But for hunger, we're blasted through it. And that's just the thing, like fish, when you first cook it, it's got pretty good return on your hunger. But once it gets stale a little bit, it's what it does for your hunger just goes through the toilet in like 2 seconds. It just immediately drops to nothing. I think like half of these would give like 10, 11 hunger if we first grabbed it. But the moment it cools off, it's like 6. Which makes it perfect for when you need to gain weight. Yeah, Elena's definitely thrashing. Thank you for the follow. Let's see. Tenenzel, welcome to the stream. I don't like the way those ones are lined up. I clearly get away with it, but I'd rather not take any chances. And I heard the zombie banging on the window. I usually don't bother waiting for the zombies to get out anymore. Like, they'll get out, they'll follow me, it's fine. We just keep moving. Nah, the Spiffo van's just a pretty typical van. You can find them quite a bit just around the Spiffos. Oh, I see you too. Thanks for making my home office a little less quiet. Excellent. We try and have chill vibes, some nice chill music. You know, maybe learn something in the games, just kind of hang out. It is one of those things that when we're playing this game in this 16x Pops, I don't usually have as much to say, unfortunately, during it, because you do get kind of in just the rhythm of kill zombie. There's not really a whole lot of strategy to go into past I see a zombie, let's bang stuff on its head for a little bit. Johnny Murjox, welcome to stream. And thank you for the follow. If I did mispronounce that, which I feel like I did, please let me know and I'll try and do better in the future. I shouldn't have parked that close to those trees, but it's too late, so we just keep moving. Alright, I'll do a hydrate here in a minute. Just deleting some zombies real fast. And deleting is how it feels right now. It doesn't feel like I'm fighting the zombies so much as I'm just walking over to the keyboard and going, delete. It's gone. Alright, we've reached the school, which is usually a pretty high pop part of Riverside. Not the worst, but up there. Sometimes the pan end's pretty jerky. Or sometimes I'll pan in and change my mind because I'm like, oh no, like the zombies, like making sure I land the hits is actually not as big of an issue, just situational awareness. Depends. And it's okay because I have a whole bunch of extra knives on me. And we have a whole bunch of knives at home. And we just have a whole bunch of knives everywhere. Because short blades are what make the world go round. I mean, more just stab the world, but you know, it's similar, it's close. Yeah, I have 10 extra knives on me. Like I said, I think I have like 30 or 40 extra knives back at base. No, you cannot craft hunting knives. They're not a particularly rare drop on zombies. Sometimes it takes a while to start seeing them, but not particularly rare. But it's one of my go-to weapons. Like when we're not in such bad shape, we'll get a lot of 2 shots out of them. Eventually we'll start getting a bunch of 1 and 2 shots. But they use almost no stamina, so the reason I like to keep them around is when you're low stamina, you're about to hit moderate exertion, you can just fight and fight and fight and never quite get there. I mean, you can get there once you get enough nimble that you can just land every hit. But usually you can go way longer. Yeah, that was the one when I hopped into Royale with Cheese's stream earlier, and it's like, oh, is this Mr. Shortblade? I'm like, I'm apparently Mr. Shortblade now? What? I mean, I was like, it's not wrong. It's possible I may have had something to do with it. Hey, I mean, I'm fine. Yeah, that is a question. So at this point, Dr. Ellen Ennis has 2 doctorates, like 2 doctor certificates of just general doctoring, and 2 doctor certificates for being a doctor in surgery. So she's got 4 doctor certificates. So we're trying to figure out what would you even call her at this point. Would it be like Dr. Ellen Ennis? Because that's just too much. But Dr. Ellen Ennis, I feel like you're selling her short for her accomplishments. I mean, how many people do you know that not only got their doctorate, but like got it 4 times, and multiple times in the same subject? Quad doctor. I mean, I think Angie, it's headmistress. Like, gotta get these titles right. She does shank people pretty much all day long. That's someone you want to make sure you get their titles right. And, you know, go, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, whatever title you would like, ma'am. Please don't stab me. Yeah, that's the correct attitude to have in this situation. Someone who has killed 33,000 things that look like people, probably someone who is who's got a whole lot of things not screwed in right anymore. Yep. The dishes will be done. The floors will be swept. Everything will be dusted. Please don't hurt me. At least it wasn't like Quincy Fu. When we started that character, we actually started that character in the prison, like he was just in the prison, and then we were just collecting all of the friendship bracelets, and it got a little weird after a while. We're like, alright, so we're just this dude who goes around collecting friendship bracelets, like literally over 100 friendship bracelets. And you're kind of going, you know, Quincy Fu probably was in that prison with a really good reason. A really, really good reason. We were in progress of spelling friendship in our driveway in friendship bracelets that we had taken from zombies we had killed. Oh, we're all out of the food. Time to turn. Simopop says, takes a certain someone to kill people and want their friendship bracelets. Yeah. I'm not sure I'm going to go with a positive someone, but yeah. Get the broken katana there. It's just taking up inventory space at this point. We still got a little while till we're sleepy. Maybe Quincy made all those bracelets, and now that the friends are attacking him, he's upset and wants to take them back because they're not friends anymore. I mean, that makes sense. He's like, trying to bite friends is not how you treat friends. I mean, like, unless there's consent, at which point, you know, consent is key. But, like, in the absence of consent, is not how you treat friends. To be fair, if I was in the zombie apocalypse, I too would be sad and upset. Yeah, it was 3 side by side and they didn't want to break up without me moving. That's a fight we don't fight. That's the fight you get bit with, because you poke the first one, maybe you can move fast enough to poke the second one, and the third one's like, hi, how would you like a hug with my teeth? And you go, I would not like that. Ow. Isn't the other nice thing about hunting knives is, like I said, they're fairly common, so we are pretty much dropping them at the exact same rate we're destroying them, killing zombies. That was a risky get out of the car. I should not have gotten out of the car there. And the reason I shouldn't have gotten out of the car there is had that zombie been just a little bit closer and could have reached me as I climbed out, you can get takedown from that. Because the idea is your character is like unprepared, whatever, and just gets overwhelmed. And to be clear, part of the reason we're getting these hunting knives to last the point where we can just keep replacing them by killing stuff is the fact that we're at, I believe, 7 maintenance now. Thank you for the follow, Simopop. Welcome to the stream. Push slightly into moderately exerted, which is fine. That happens usually as your character starts to get tired. Your stamina regeneration slows down. That ends up meaning it's harder to avoid doing that unless you stick just to using the hunting knife. Simopop says, I'm picturing these 2 soulmates being like, at least we'll be laid to rest together with our bracelets, and this dude comes along. Alright, Augusto, you take it easy. I'm probably going to be wrapping up here pretty soon myself, And when I do, I'm going to find someone for us to raid. But, you know, since we had these wonderful raids pop in, I want to, you know, keep going. Give some content before we hop on. And if you have been enjoying the stream, you know, don't forget to drop a follow. I do stream pretty much every day from 5 p.m. EST to usually around 4 a.m. EST. Today, though, we've gone past 5 a.m. EST. Because, again, one of the things that I get raided towards the end of the stream, I'm like, yeah, I'll stick around a little bit longer. Because I know it can be frustrating when, you know, you're watching a stream, they raid someone who's like on their way of hopping off, who raids someone who's on their way of hopping off, and then it's like you just keep bouncing between channels every 2 minutes. Like that's not fun. Thank you for the follow, Mini Geoff. Or is it Geoff or Jeff? Like I know I've seen that name pronounced both ways. But welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow, Casey Flithy. Welcome to the stream. I had to double check that because my eyes wanted to make that word different. And I wanted to make sure I got it right. But if you hang out for a minute longer, we are getting to the point our character is just about to ready to get a little bit sleepy. So we're going to turn ourselves back, find a nice house to relax in and all that. And then what I'll do from there is I'm going to go find someone for us to raid. Playing Project Zomboid, probably a chill stream. That's the goal, at least. It starts to get trickier to find that as you get later and later in the evenings. Because, like, it's still pretty early for people over in Europe to be up and streaming. But it's getting pretty late for people in the US to be up. So I think what we'll do is we'll just cruise up the street a little ways. And I am driving slowly because driving over bodies at any real speed, it doesn't damage your car directly, but it can make you catch air and do all sorts of awful things while you don't have control of your vehicle. Yep. And usually it's around the, like, what I found is in a lot of European areas, when it's like 4 or 5 p.m., it's probably like the same thing like we have here in the US. Is when you start really seeing a lot of people tune in. I'll probably be able to find some people. I'm actually kind of excited because usually when I go like this kind of late, I get the choice of actually being able to raid people I normally don't get the opportunity to raid. Which is always nice because usually there's a lot of people who get to raid me on a regular basis, which is super nice and welcome and appreciated. But because my schedule's after theirs, I almost never get to return the favor because just when I wrap up, they're just not on, kind of thing. So it is nice when you have one of these days where I'm like, I can actually turn around and raid this person back. Nice. Should have stopped at one of those houses farther back. Yeah, we got zombies on this cul-de-sac again. That's fine. I'll sleep in this house again. I might have to kill a couple of zombies who have wandered in, but that's pretty much par for the course when you're dealing with this population. Because we're drowsy, we take a significant penalty to the amount of damage we do. That's the reason a lot of these zombies, where you've been watching me 1 and 2 tap them with this crowbar, took like 3 and 4. Oh, right. I also didn't have food, so that's fine. We'll just go right here and say canned beef, open. Just go ahead and gobble that whole thing down. So yeah, so the next time we play, which will be tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST,